Hello, this is Teresa Vasquez Terry with Dr. Tech Mom, and these are the topics that are covered in this video. Okay, now you see that I've added Teresa Vasquez Terry back as a user because I want to show how we would begin to add books and get into the page features of the iGetIt apps. So here we have our two users, and the way that I would get into opening or selecting books for a specific user is just to tap on the user. So I'm going to tap on Ramel Terry. When I do that, you'll see a list of all the books that are available. At this time, we haven't created any books. All we have is the sample book that is created here. Now, a sample book comes ready and prepared for each user that you create so that you can see how to go about putting a book together. So specifically in this app that I'm showing, there are not any specific visuals that come along with it. But let's say, for instance, let's get out of this app really quickly. And let's say, for instance, we opened up one of the holiday apps. So let's open up the Valentine's app. Okay, now when I click on this user, you will see that there are already books that are available for me. That's the differences between all of the iGetIt apps, is that each theme has specific photos and images that are available depending on the theme. So this one is specifically for Valentine's. So if I click on the Valentine's Day book, you'll notice that there are images that go along with that. So keep that in mind whenever we're dealing or talking about the books and the different types of apps that are available. So let's go back to our just basic social stories app, which comes with the sample Feeding Baxter. So if I click on that sample book, you'll notice that there are 4 different images that are there that are available for me to be able to read. Now, if we're looking specifically at these pages, if I click on the read button here at the top right-hand corner, it will begin the book for me. So it starts with the cover, which is Feeding Baxter. Now, down here at the bottom, there are these arrows that I can click on to advance the page. And as I click on the image, if there is a sound, in this instance, the check mark is what we selected in the settings to toggle. So if I click on the book with the check mark toggle selected, then it will check that off, and then I can continue to go forward. And as you're looking here, you see all the images that are available within the book. And now I'm at the end. So when I go back, I'm looking at all of the images that were available. Now, if I wanted to add a page, all I would do is come down here to the bottom right-hand corner, and I would click on Add a Page. Now, we're going to get into the pages in a little bit, but I just wanted to show you really briefly how the books work. Okay, so now I'm back at my user list, and I am going to select on Ramel Terry again. And when I do that, now I want to start adding books to Ramel's collection. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this bottom right-hand corner, and I'm going to select Add Book. Now, when I select Add Book, a couple of really cool options come up. The first is to select a template. So when I click on Select Template, you'll notice that there is an option for the built-in templates, which is just a blank book. And there are also the options to use templates from books that are already created for each user profile. So perhaps there was a book that was created for Teresa that I wanted to use for Ramel, but I wanted to edit it a certain way that met Ramel's needs. Well, then I could select that book from Teresa's list of books as well. And so that helps you to not have to duplicate multiple books for different users. So if you create a template that you really love, you can continue to use it and reuse it over and over again for the users within the app. So in this case, though, I'm going to select on Blank Book. Now, when I select Blank Book, it's going to just create just a blank template for that book. Now I can change the book cover image here. So I'm going to select on the book cover image, and it's going to allow me to go either to my picture history, choose a photo, or take a photo. Let's click really quickly on picture history. What that's going to do is that going to allow me to see all the pictures that have been used before and all the other books that I've created. Isn't that awesome? So I don't have to go through looking at maybe the images that are inside of my camera booth app or anything like that. Maybe I just want to use the images that are available within this specific app, which is a really cool feature. But I don't want to use the picture histories at this point because I don't really have any histories created because this is the first book that I've made. So I'm going to choose photo. I'm going to go back to my camera roll, and I'm going to stick with my old trusty Dr. Tech Mom logo there, and then select that as the cover and say done. Now I'm going to edit the book title. So what I'm going to do is to click on that, and I'm just going to start typing in a title. So I'm going to type in test book number 1. And there I have the book title. I've changed the book cover image, and I'm using the blank book template. So I'm satisfied with that, and I'm going to select done. Now you see my test book number 1 is available there. And that is how you create a book. Now I wanted to take the opportunity to show you really quickly what the other templates might look like if you were using an app that had templates within it. So what I'm going to do is I'm already inside of Ramel's user profile, and these are the books that are available in the Valentine's Day app. I'm going to select add a book down here in the bottom right hand corner. And when I click select a template, you'll see that there are a list of built-in templates that are available. I've got the Valentine's Day one, the list of the names, my favorites, my photos, a blank book. And then I see all of the books that were available for Ramel to start. So I just wanted you to see that there are various built-in templates depending on the app that you use. And so those will vary by app as well. Okay, so now I'm looking at both of my books that are available for Ramel under his user profile. Now, let's say, for instance, I have created several books or even just my test book 1, and I don't want that sample book there. The sample book is a template though, so I won't be able to delete it. How in the world can I hide it so that Ramel only has access to test book number 1? Well, if you look over here in the bottom right-hand corner next to add a book, there is an option to edit. Let's click on edit. And you'll see that the list of all the books that are available under his profile are showing there. Now, if I wanted to do something specific to test book number 1, like say change the book cover or even change the name, if there are more settings that are available for a specific book, there will be an arrow here. And if I click on that, you'll see that I'll have the ability to change the cover as well as the book title. But I don't want to do that. I just want to hide the sample book that is available. So what I'll do is I will go to this edit button in the top right-hand corner of the menu. And you'll notice that there are some on-off buttons here. So if I click on the on-off button, it will make Feeding Baxter disappear, as you can see there in the background. Now, let's say, for instance, I didn't want to turn the sample book off. I just wanted to move it. I could click on these move handles here and just hold my finger down and move it wherever I wanted it to go. So that's an option. But what I really want to do is I want to hide the Feeding Baxter book. So I'm going to slide my finger on that on-off button and hide it. I'm going to turn it off. Okay. Now, you'll also see here that if I wanted to delete the test book 1, I could do that as well. I could select the delete button and then delete it, but I don't want to delete that. So I think I'm all good here. I've hidden the sample book and I've also changed the order of the books. And so I'm going to select done and then done again. And now you see that the only book that is made available for Ramel is test book number 1. Okay, now we're about to get into the Pages features within the I Get It app series. Okay, so what we want to do first is I'm going to show you really quickly how to set up a new book and add pages to a new book. And then I'm also going to show you how you can edit and customize a book that is already created.